Welcome back to another exciting episode of our weekly entertainment podcast, Spitball Media Podcast. This is where we spit out the top entertainment stories of the week, and then we chew on it, and then we talk about it, and then we go home. My name is John Draper. Shah, happy weekly Spitball Media. We got another huge entertainment week.
Yeah, we got a ton to get into, man. It's always a pleasure sharing this platform with you gentlemen, so I'm happy to be here. But yeah, it's going to be a good week, man. We got a shit ton, and then we got a solid amount of topics for the post-Patreon show. So if you're not on Patreon, go to patreon.com / Spitball Media. $5 a month will get you damn near unlimited episodes of us sitting around and bullshitting. So go check that out.
And of course, B-Show Brian, you're wearing a tank top. It is hot in the Northeast area for sure.
It is. It was almost 90 today. So I threw on my Lao Shea from what is it, Temple of Doom?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Where did you get that from? I've
my
never
wife
seen that
made
in
it.
my life.
I got Legion of Doom. You got Temple of Doom.
Nice.
I got the Ramones.
Awesome.
If you're joining us for the first time, thanks for checking us out. We really appreciate it. But Shah, I said it just a moment ago, you really might want to consider going to patreon.com / Spitball Media, because for just 5 shekels, okay, nothing. I bought a bottle of Pellegrino today, and it was like $5, okay, because I'm fancy now. You get well over 1,000 hours of exclusive content going back to the original show where we covered weekly news items from a comedic slant called Break the Apocalypse during the dark days of COVID when none of us were leaving the house. And of course, B-Show Brian, it is an affordable premium program package that gives more and more every week.
Absolutely. Always have bonus content going up. I haven't done a free or a bonus show this month, but I'm thinking about doing one. I know John does one usually every other month or so. Shaheen's always putting stuff up there when he has a chance. And not to mention the fucking Q&A, the amazing Q&A every month. And we also have to put up in the next couple of weeks our picks for the watch along movie, the drunk, high, whatever, stoned watch along that we're going to do for October.
Oh my God. Yeah, Shah. I mean, if this is really like sort of our playoff season when it comes to like content and interacting with people and people contributing to the show because of the Halloween and into the holidays.
Yeah, actually, I got my top 3 movies picked out already, so I'm excited to put that. I'm curious who's gonna win, man. Because I mean, out of 9 films,
curious.
Yeah.
Can you?
That's gonna be fun, though. I'm telling you, that's gonna be like hands down probably one of our favorite episodes.
Oh, for sure. And of course, what we're alluding to for people unaware of, we are going to put in about 2 weeks. We're going to put 3 movies each that are B slasher types, not your Halloween straightforward, not the thing everybody thinks about movies, fucked up movies. And we're going to do a drunk or high or sober watch along with members of the Patreon. Okay. We're going to do it on a weekend. We're probably going to start it a little early because some people are in very different time zones. I got to say, I would like all of us maybe to drop one movie. Is everybody ready to drop a movie? Because everybody kind of knows what one of mine is. I already alluded to it. B, are you ready to drop one? Or are you not ready?
I haven't put much thought into it yet.
Okay. Well, I'm sticking with my Wolf Cop. Everybody knows. Shah, will you feel you want to save it?
I'll drop one.
Yeah, drop one. I'm dying to know what it is.
I'll drop the most mainstream one. How about
that?
I wanted to do Peter Jackson's Bad Taste.
Ooh, fun movie
to watch.
Great choice. Wow, damn.
I feel like it's a good movie to watch along with.
Kind of trumps my Wolf Cop quite a bit there, Shah. It's a little unfair. Peter Jackson.
Bad Taste, dude. It's phenomenal.
Fucking amazing movie. B-Show, this is gonna be tough now because you got Wolf Cop and Bad Taste. And everybody's going to pick 3. It's going to be the top one wins. We have no idea. It's going to be posted on the Patreon at patreon.com / Spitball Media, $5 a month. B-Show, tough shoes, man.
I know.
B-Show's already. He's already like, motherfuckers.
I might have to go troll through Tubi and see what kind of trash is on there.
Tubi! Don't go through Tubi. Well, listen, get in on it, guys. And of course, B, who do we have hanging out in the Chatty Chatterton tonight?
Oh, quite a few with a few names, a few new. I can't fucking talk. New names in there tonight. Robbie Desjardins in there. Joe Punches. We got Chris from the Bayou Geeks. What's up?
Love
Patty?
Chris.
John JLD 999 says he hopes everyone's doing well tonight. We got AEW Neckbeards coming in from
my buddy
Twitter Space.
Good friend of mine right there.
Dad and Lad Taste Test is in the chat.
What's up?
We got Chris Matthews, an amazing gentleman there.
Love him. Good friend of mine right there.
Yeah.
Listen, I for people that follow the show, watching on YouTube, I have moved into my new home. This is my new setup. This is my Daredevil tribute. You can't see a lot of the stuff because it's blocked by my other monitors there. But I have all my comic shit up. I'm gonna turn this into basically shot like a 15-year-old boy's room, where I play PlayStation 5 and feverishly masturbate around my comic book and horror stuff.
That's pretty much my whole house.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Sometimes I don't like living alone, and sometimes I like it because everywhere in my house can be just whatever. It can be just a
Yeah.
caveman throughout the whole house. So it's a little weird because every room is essentially the same. I have like movie shit everywhere.
Everywhere. That's so great, though.
You know,
It probably looks like a celebrity's house, like the way.
it
Oh,
looks like a
thank you,
little
John Jelly, on
museum.
the new house. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Neckbeard's is saying Microwave Massacre. Not gonna lie, that was on my long list. Not
That's
gonna
a good
lie.
one.
I think I have my 3, but that's not one of them. But Bisho, this is what we're working with here. I mean, we're going to be working with some top-notch stuff. This is stuff that like you just want to watch when people go, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you can't even go with like Slumber Party Massacre or something. It's got to be even more
You
off the
can.
beaten path.
You kind of can.
Okay.
You kind of can. You know what we should do, guys? If this goes well, you know what we should do, Shah? I had this thought. I didn't say this to you guys offline. We should do this with Christmas movies. With the fucked up Christmas, you know? Like where we pick a fucked up Christmas horror movie.
Oh my God.
There's so many now. What do you think?
Yeah, because we've talked about Christmas Evil, but there's even newer ones that have come out since
Dude,
then.
Black Christmas. Like to watch the OG Black Christmas with everybody and
Oh.
most people never saw it. Can you imagine that shit? Like getting drunk watching Black Christmas with a bunch of people in the chat?
We might need more of like an obscure movie.
It is
though.
pretty
Black
but Shah,
Christmas
for
might be
people who've never seen
boring.
it. But for people, yeah, it might be a
That
little
might be a little boring.
Yeah.
It's a
like,
lot of waiting in the Black
I
Christmas.
like that Christmas movie B&B show, like the one that had the Terminator thing in it. That was kind of fun. I
Oh
like
shit!
That
Yeah, that was good.
Maybe that one. Well,
That
listen,
might be a
let's
good
get
one for Christmas.
that might be a fun one.
Action packed. Yeah.
Yeah. Or we could watch Shah. What's that one? The Dutch one or whatever, where Santa's like they
That's what I was gonna say next.
Yeah.
Rare Exports.
Rare Exports.
Yes.
Yeah, that might be fun.
Amazing.
Guys, thank you for your congratulations on the house. I appreciate it. And of course, please consider going to patreon.com/ Spitball Media. $5, you'll get tons of content there. Listen, before we get into anything, I feel like this should be the very first thing we address. It's been a very weird week. Some people have passed away. John Cassaday passed away, famous comic book artist who I fucking loved so much. I met him once. Seemed like a really cool, chill dude. There's been some other people have passed away, but not to minimize anybody's loss here. But just one of a kinds, lightning in a bottle, James Earl Jones passed away at the age of 93. I mean, when you talk about somebody, Shah, who has crossed into decades of people's lives with numerous things, I mean, and the most, in our lifetime, maybe the most recognizable voice of our lifetime, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to argue that he didn't have one of the most iconic voices. I mean, just Lion King and Coming to America alone are just, that alone makes him a legend right there. And then of course you got, Star Wars. I didn't even know he did Star Wars until he passed away because I'm not familiar with the movie.
OG
I know
Conan.
that's crazy, but
OG Conan.
Yeah, Conan.
Shah,
yeah,
Coming to America.
Yeah, he was so wonderful in Coming to America. Oh, he was so great. He was so wonderful. I just loved him. And Shah, like even Lion King, I mean, like millions and millions. Now you're talking about those 3 things alone. Millions of people, like millions upon millions of people. I mean, like decades of people. Bisho, I mean, this is like, we're never getting another guy like this. We're just not. There's
no, and he was everywhere. So he was doing, really classical movies. I saw he was in Dr. Strangelove back in the day.
Yeah, he was the last person alive in Dr. Strangelove.
Oh wow! But like so much different stuff. And then randomly, I'm watching The Sandlot with my kids, and I forgot he was the guy who owned the dog. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, he's everywhere,
dude. Field of Dreams. He was in Field of Dreams.
That's right.
I mean, Shah, do you remember him in The Sandlot? I'm sure you've seen Sandlot.
I've actually never seen Sandlot growing up.
Oh wow,
never seen it. Is that crazy? I didn't even know that was like a big.
It's a big Americana movie. The Lion King alone. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. I mean, could there have been anyone else that could have done that fucking voice? No. Honest to God. He was great in Clear and Present Danger. I like that movie quite a bit. I mean, I have to. If we could, I mean, look, I'm not going to pigeonhole this man into one film. He's beyond that. I think to me, Coming to America, Shah, for me, age wise, just like he was just so great. He was just so wonderful. Like I don't know. Like to me, my favorite thing he's ever done is probably Coming to America.
Yeah, definitely same. That's hands down number one. Number two is Lion King. I did not know he was in Doctor Strangelove.
Yeah, very
Did not
young.
know that.
He's very young in Doctor Strangelove.
Yeah, I didn't
You're a
know
fan
that.
of that movie, Shot? I know you're a
I
big fan of
am.
that.
Yeah, I
My
am.
father could watch that movie every day and laugh out loud and just laugh out loud. That is just one of the greatest.
Exorcist 2, everyone shits on that movie. I love Exorcist 2. I'm not even gonna lie
Yeah,
to you.
yeah, I like Exorcist too.
He was like the African king with the locusts and all that shit.
Oh my
He
God.
was also in Blood Tide, I saw. I haven't seen that movie, but I own it. If you scroll up,
Yeah.
you'll see Blood Tide.
Yeah.
Right there.
Blood Type.
Right there.
Madawan.
Scroll
I know
down.
he's in Madawan. What is that?
Right in the middle.
Field of Dreams. He's phenomenal in Field of Dreams.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Bisho, can you pigeonhole this guy to one thing? I mean, forget even Darth Vader, because technically he's just the voice there. I mean, but he's also the voice of CNN for 40 fucking years, you know?
See, I didn't realize that. It's just there's something, I don't know if it's the voice or his presence and demeanor, but he just seemed regal, like royal.
Yeah.
So when you
Yeah.
heard him as Mufasa, the king of the tribe, and if you saw him as, what was his name in Coming to America? Oh, fuck.
Well, he was the king.
I forget his name, but yeah, I
forget
mean,
his name, yeah.
but it was so believable because he just seemed like such a regal, put together, like not stoic, but just very serious guy.
Yeah.
He just came off as like someone from a royal family and tremendous voice, one of a kind. You can't replicate. In fact, I think he did a licensing deal with Star Wars to let them synthesize his voice for like the next 100 years or something.
No one will ever be able to do that voice but James Earl Jones. It's just not possible. No one wants to hear it. Good luck if they didn't do that. Yeah, he's the greatest. I love this guy so much. I know a lot of people were sharing the clip of him from one of his multiple Tony Awards from Fences. And Denzel did a movie version of the famous play Fences, and he was quite good in it. But compared to James Earl Jones, it's just like that monologue B where he's talking to his son is the stuff of legend. I mean, I can't watch that and not physically get up. Like it feels familiar to me because that's the way my father spoke to me most of my childhood and teenage years. But I mean, if anyone has never seen that clip. Shah, have you ever seen this clip of him from when he won his Tony Award? It's just like the most powerful. It's him in like 87 or 88, and it's the most powerful shit you'll ever see in your life.
No, I don't think I've seen this clip.
Yeah, I know Bisho's seen it.
Yeah, maybe I've seen it before, but when I saw it the other day, maybe kind of not cry, but like emotional.
I can't honestly. I don't know if I even want to get into it because I think all three of us will just lose it. Like it's that powerful. But I don't know, maybe we could do a minute of it. Let's do a minute of it.
All right, here, let's see if it plays.
Just to give you an idea of how powerful this guy was. This is him on Broadway in 1988.
Answer me when I talk to you. Don't you eat every day?
Yeah.
Nigga, as long as you living in my house, you put a sir on the end of it when you talk to me.
Yes, sir.
You eat every day.
Yes, sir.
Got a roof over your head.
Yes, sir.
And clothes on your back.
Yes, sir.
Why you think that is?
Because of you.
Hell, I know it's because of me. Why do you think that is?
Because you like me.
Like you. I go out of here every morning and bust my butt putting up with them crackers all day long because I like you. You is the biggest fool I ever saw. It is my job. It is my responsibility. You understand that? A man got to take care of his family.
I mean, Shah, like in 30 seconds, this guy's a better actor than what, 90% of anything you've ever seen in your life?
Yeah, now I got to watch the rest of it, man.
It's hot, dude. It's
yeah,
rough.
I was captivated by it.
It's rough.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's just I can't watch that and not react, man. I can't. Bisha, I can't. I just can't.
He sounds like God. If there's like a voice to God, I feel like it's him.
Like they had what's his name? Morgan Freeman played God in the Bruce Almighty.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, oh, hello,
Yeah,
Bruce. My name is God. But it's like, no, James Earl Jones, hands down. All respect.
Dude, I got a little chill here. That was
It's chill inducing.
It's chilling, dude.
Like the reverberation of his voice and the power and just
How about
the
his
commanding presence.
dude. Like Shah, that's 30 seconds of this guy at his peak. Like, you know what I mean? It's just so people will watch that for 100 years.
Yeah, that's the first thing I'm going to do when we finish the show is watch the rest of that because I've never
Watch
seen
the
it.
full clip. Just watch the full clip. It's a
I
very
will.
famous clip of a son asking his father in like I think it's the 60s. Like, how come you don't like me? You always yell at me and put me down. And you just see like the mood, right? Bisho, like he was so disgusted that his son said that to him. Like
my
he was
God.
ashamed of it, right? Like you were waiting for him to punch him in the face, like this, like everything about that. And that's just one time he did that performance.
And the thing that gets me at the end, and is very subtle because he only lets it in for a
Loves
second,
him.
is he
Yeah.
gets done and he
You're
says
my
his
son,
shit.
you're my flesh and blood.
And he goes, "It's not because I like you." And he kind of taps him on the chest. And he goes, "Do you understand what I'm telling you?"
Yeah.
And the kid kind of gets it. And he's like, "Now get the
Yeah.
hell out of here," or whatever it is. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah. Shah, I'm telling you, he's gonna fuck you up. Gonna fuck you up, man. Everyone in the chat's like, holy shit, like Jesus Christ. Yeah, rest in peace, James Earl Jones. Thank you for your gifts. And by the way, he did some wonderful things in TV. I think he was on what's that? The comic nerd show that's a billion people.
Big
watch.
Bang Theory, yeah.
Big Bang Theory, because he's just, he's Darth Vader. Shah, he's fucking Darth Vader. And in Conan, he is the fucking man in Conan.
It's funny that I forgot he was in Conan because I just watched Conan like a couple weeks ago. Dude, my memory's shot. Like that's concerning that I forgot he was in Conan.
It's that
I
weed.
just watched it. Yeah, I just watched it.
Well, listen, everybody in the chat room is talking about it. Rich Dow, Rich joined in. I see Marquise joined in there. Yeah, Chris, damn. I don't. If I was, listen, 1988, I was 16 and I was I was in a theater company. And if I would have saw that, I would have quit the next day. I don't have this. Nobody has this. This is embarrassing to the universe. But wow. Oh, Tulsa Doom. Lion King. I mean, dude, he's what's up?
Everything this light touches is our kingdom. It's like, oh my God. Like it's a cartoon. It's a cartoon adaptation of Hamlet. And it's so fucking perfect.
Yeah, he did Othello. Can you imagine seeing him in Othello? Oh my God, I would die. I would pass out. Rest in peace, James Earl Jones. You wonderful, and just by all accounts, beautiful man. Loved by his peers, loved by everyone. That's a guy we don't get that guy back. But changing gears here. The weekend that just opened is a very interesting box office weekend. We had Beetlejuice debut to mostly solid reviews. People seem to be really excited about it, but I believe it may have overperformed at the box office. Initially, they said it would come in at about 110 million or 105 million. Bisho, what is it currently at going into the following weekend, which it looks like it's going to dominate again?
I'm trying to find the exact number, because you sent me one earlier that said 145 million, but I'm seeing a Deadline article that says like around 126. So let me.
Is that domestic or?
No, 144 was supposed to be the total. So let me.
Okay.
Let me find the one.
But overperforms. I mean, Shah, I'm not surprised it overperformed, but it is getting kind of a mixed reaction.
Yeah, so far I haven't heard any bad reviews necessarily, right? But I also haven't heard any good reviews. Everything is just in the middle, where people are like, yeah, it's tolerable and it's fun if you want to watch it one time, but it's probably not something that you're going to visit again for a long time. And I think I'm okay with that. That's kind of what I expected out of Beetlejuice too. Like, I'm not expecting it to fucking blow the roof off. But same with like Ghostbusters. I kind of compare it to that. You know what I mean? Where people were
fair comparison.
saying it's good, but you never really hear about it anymore. It happened. People enjoyed it for the time, but I'm still going to check it out. I'm debating on seeing either this or The Front Room, which I'm sure we're going to talk about.
Yes, we're going to get to that.
And honestly, I'm leaning probably more towards The Front Room.
Okay, me too.
Yeah, I think I'm going to check that out this weekend.
Bisho, you're a huge Beetlejuice fan. You were anticipating this. What are you thinking here about the box office and the reaction between the critic reaction and the audience reaction?
I think movies like this, critics are probably always going to be harsh on, and we've seen that with genre movies, with horror movies and stuff. So I guess I wasn't surprised by that. But worldwide total so far is 167 million. Domestic is 131.
Jesus.
That is
Christ.
huge. So,
Huge, guys.
and I'm very happy too because I mean, Tim Burton's original idea for Beetlejuice 2 was Beetlejuice on like a Hawaiian resort, and it
Oh,
sounded
Jesus
really bad.
Christ. Oh, God.
I'm kind of disappointed I didn't get to see it yet, but last weekend was my little boy's birthday, so we were doing birthday shit all the time. So I mean, that's a good sacrifice to make. But everything I'm hearing is fair to good, not
Yeah.
great, not terrible.
Yeah.
And as Fatty is saying from the Bayou Geeks, he said he didn't like it. It was all over the place. That's really
That's what people
interesting.
said. Yeah, Shah,
Uh,
you said you heard that from people too, right? Like the plot is just not great, but maybe that's not
Yeah.
a big deal.
That's exactly what I heard. That there was a bunch of subplots, and the main plot was kind of lacking.
Mm.
That there was just too much happening at once without it, having like a main plot. Which kind of sucks because like Tim Burton, man. I mean, he's usually pretty decent with that when it
Yeah.
comes to like the older movies. Again, I haven't seen anything from him probably in like 20 years. I think the last movie that I saw by him was Sweeney Todd. I haven't seen anything else by him since then. But I'm still gonna check this out, man. I'm gonna go into it somewhat optimistic because I know a lot of people are shitting on it, but that happens to like every movie that I like anyway. So, that's a given.
Well, Robbie saw it too. Robbie said, I enjoyed it, found myself smiling while looking at the screen more than a few times. It's a romantic comedy or a lot of nostalgia. Joe Punch is saying member berries is what people are saying. But Robbie's also saying my expectations were kind of low. Yeah, I feel like all of our expectations are like tepid. But Bisho, I think all three of us, if we saw it, we would just be happy it existed a little bit.
yeah, it's almost like Beverly Hills Cop Axel Foley or Axel F.
Yeah,
It's like
you said
we
that, yeah.
know it's not going to be
So
the
true.
original. We're not going to
Yeah.
have a religious experience watching it again. And honestly, I think you guys could probably say the same thing. I've gone into way too many movies in the past 5 or 10 years where I'm expecting a lot because of what it is, and I'm
Right.
disappointed. And then I go back and watch it later, and I'm like, it wasn't that bad. It's enjoyable. So I think that has helped me with quite a few movies like this, Beverly Hills, some different things that have come out, Ghostbusters, Frozen Hell or
Frozen
Afterlife.
Empire. I haven't seen that yet. Yeah, I like
It's
the
not
first
bad.
reboot.
It's not
I like
bad.
the
Super
first
Mario
reboot a lot.
movie. That I
Super
had a lot
Mario.
of fun with that
Yep.
movie. Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought that was phenomenal.
Adam Roach is saying last Tim Burton movie I liked was Sleepy Hollow. That's a very long time ago.
Yeah.
Last week's been pretty bad. Dad and Lad Taste Test said the original had a few subplots too. It did. I mean, listen, I'm just glad it doesn't suck. It clearly is not sucking. It clearly did not shit the bed. It's going to be a big movie. There is some people saying that they attribute a lot of people going to see it to its young starlet there having like 36 million social media followers there, B-Show. And that could have something to do with it too.
It could. And, I saw some chatter on Twitter earlier, and I do not engage in it anymore. People were joking about Logan Paul being named one of the top 5 most influential people in wrestling, and people are shitting on it. And it's like he has a bajillion followers on social media, so by
Tens of
default,
millions
he's
of
probably the
followers, yeah.
most influential.
Yeah, of course. That's
So-
what makes you influential. Yeah.
And I'm sure
You don't have
that
to like it. You don't have to like
Exactly.
it,
but it's
it
just
exists.
it's it, yeah. But and I think
Yeah.
with Jenna Ortega, she's very popular. But at the same time, this is a movie that they've been trying to put together for like 35 years. There's a
know.
lot of like it is a Halloween staple now with ABC Family and Disney Channel stuff like that.
And
So
now the sequel will be one. And now it'll
absolutely,
be a double feature there. But yeah, I mean, we'll see if any of us check it out in the next couple of weeks. But one thing before we get to, because we have insane trailers that we want to talk about tonight. Just one of them just broke today, a huge one. Last weekend, under the auspice of Beetlejuice dominating the box office, 2 very talked about horror films came out, and one of them did pretty good, and the other one is a career performing low for a studio. So if you're like me and go to the movies a lot, there was a lot of chatter about how often we've seen the Speak No Evil trailer. I've seen it maybe 15 times over the course of the last year. And that seems to have paid off a little bit because the movie did quite well. I believe it is a shot-for-shot remake of the original, which was a foreign film from a few years ago. It got a 90 Rotten Tomatoes. My God. Or is that opening this weekend? Oh, excuse me. It's opening this weekend, B? Or did it open last weekend?
I don't think it's out yet.
Okay.
So
I
we
mean,
can
the
find
brand
out.
new. Yeah, let's see it opening. Opening. Just do release.
September
Okay, it
13th.
opens.
So
Okay.
tomorrow.
Okay, so it's getting great reviews. Last week, a similar movie called The Front Room with Brandy, which we all here were like, gotta watch this movie, A24, did not do well. In fact, B-Show, can we let the crowd know exactly how poorly this performed competing with Beetlejuice last weekend?
I thought it did better than this. 1.6 million.
A24. Shah? We were excited about this movie. We're still excited about the film. What the fuck is going on here?
Honestly, I'm kind of speechless, man. I expected it to do a lot better. I've heard some reviews, mostly all good. I've heard some people say that it's a little comedic because it's so over the top. So if you go into it, viewing it as a half comedy, it's going to be a lot more enjoyable and tolerable. But I've also heard very good reviews. I feel like this is going to be one of those movies because Men, that did terrible too. So this might be
Yeah,
a very
not
similar
like Shah, not
situation.
like this, not like this.
How much did Men do? I'm curious. I
Well,
think that only did
I
a
want to
couple
just
million.
click this Screen Grant article because they said this is the worst wide release.
It's
What is this?
A24's worst opening weekend. I know that for sure.
Jesus Christ,
That's terrible. Yeah, shout out to Rich Dow, man. He's a good
Yeah,
dude.
hey, thank you, Rich. Rich, thank you, Richard Dow. Hey now.
Yeah,
The only
it placed number
competition.
10 for the opening weekend.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did this do Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey money?
Sounds like it.
They just said that. The only redemption is that the Fathom Events presentation of Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey, which did more than 1,400 theaters but does not have a proper 3-day opening weekend total. So wait, we're comparing this movie with Brandy and A24 to Winnie the Pooh Blood and fucking Honey?
That's sad.
Swing and a miss.
Sad.
Damn.
2,000 theaters is nothing though. Like this clearly had like a pretty small release, right?
It did. Yeah, it did. It's only playing certain times of the day by me. I'm trying to sneak out and see it tomorrow. It seems my wife will probably push me down a staircase and then set me on fire.
In a Violent Nature had a bigger opening than this movie did.
Jeez. Well, listen. Speak No Evil is going to come out this weekend. It's probably going to make good money. Okay, this is going to probably make a couple $100,000 this weekend. By comparison, what did Strange Darling do as box office so far, B Show? I'm very curious.
Let's find
Because
out.
I'm just curious. And then I just want to ask you guys' opinion. Why do we think this Brandy movie? Because it has nothing to do with the quality of the film. Strange Darlings grossed $3 million. Jesus Christ. So it's double than what the Brandy movie did. Okay.
Well, but 1,100, half as many theaters too, though.
Half as many theaters, which means, more people went and saw it, I guess. Shah, I'm just going to ask you. It's A24. It's Brandy. The trailer looks very good. Looks very entertaining. Original story. Do we think Beetlejuice competing against Beetlejuice was a bad idea?
Yeah, I mean that's probably the biggest blockbuster of the year so far, right? Aside from like Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to compete against fucking Tim Burton coming back after fucking 25 years. Also, a lot of people didn't even know about it. Like, I think the marketing for this has kind of been dog shit.
Yeah, dog shit.
It's just been coasting. Not too many people even knew it was out. And it's got a
Unreal.
limited release. I'm not trying to make excuses for it. Clearly, it did terrible.
Right.
But
Wow,
typically,
it's-
A24 movies, at least they have a cult following
Right.
where they do a couple million at least.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't. I mean, B Show. I think this is a case of bad marketing and put it out at a bad time.
Yeah, and the limited release, I don't understand that because like there was no hype on this movie at all,
None.
especially out of all the movies we were talking about so far, spring and early summer.
Yeah, but we were excited about it. It's a great trailer.
We were, but I didn't see like watching Amazon, and I have ad supported. What's it called? HBO Max now. I mean, out of all the services I have, YouTube ads, I haven't seen any ads for this other than when we watched the trailer like 2 months ago.
Yeah, that's
So,
an excellent point.
just very
That's an excellent
strange.
point. We got Mad Max, old friend of mine there, Mad Max Ochioki. Just these guys are jumping in because Soup, I guess, just ended a little while ago. Egg Roll's back in there. Most people saying they didn't know it was out. There was no promoting for it. Joe Punches just said there was no promotion for it. Dad and Lad said there was no posting for it. And then Egg Roll, Shah, I just want to leave it with this. Egg Roll saying it almost feels like A24 didn't believe in it because they have a hype machine. A24's hype machine is legit. Could they maybe pull the reins because they knew this wasn't going to do well?
Possibly, but same thing happened with I saw the TV Glow. I barely knew about that,
Yeah, bad promotion.
I don't know. I think Neon has been stronger at marketing this year than A24 has, as far as their movies, other than Maxine. I mean,
yeah,
but
which did well.
Max. Yeah, I mean that's probably one of their biggest properties, so they're going to put a little bit more effort into that one. But yeah, I'm surprised at the lack of marketing for this movie because
Very surprised.
again, people barely even knew that this came out.
For sure. B Show, bad promotion tanks the movie.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe they thought we're not going to roll the dice. We'll rely on VOD returns. Because how do you go up against Beetlejuice and all this other stuff? Long Legs. I mean, that had just come out, what, 6 weeks before that, something like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's true. Long Legs is still on a lot of people's minds.
yeah,
You
because
know
we
what I
talked
mean?
about that like 3-4 months ago. Like with this slate of movies coming out this year, how could you try to pick like a good time to
Yeah,
drop? Because
yeah,
Halloween is so crowded. Nosferatu's coming out around Christmas. Summer, you have blockbusters like Deadpool and Wolverine to compete with. How do you pick a time? I wouldn't, especially if this is small budget, I wouldn't be surprised if A24 said, "Look, we're going to eat it on film
yeah.
release.
Let's
We'll
eat it.
do
But
limited
but we'll
release."
we'll
Yeah.
get this out VOD for Halloween, and
Yes.
maybe it'll make some money. Yeah, I don't get it, guys. I just don't get it at all. It's a damn shame. But listen, I don't think it's an indictment on the movie. Shah might see it this weekend. I might try and see it tomorrow if I can sneak out for a few hours. And Egg Roll saying it's a possible tax write-off. Listen, we have banger trailers. I mean, big property shit, big dick swinging, name dropping trailers. I just want to chime in for our friend Luke is joining us. Not even showing here in Australia, just Beetlejuice getting the hype and promotion. Yeah, I think Beetlejuice knocked that right out of the box there. And Adam lives in Ireland. He said this is the first I've heard of this movie. And
Wow.
A24 here is blown up with Civil War. Yeah, I don't know, A24. I don't know. Maybe the subject matter was a little touchy. We're not, people are not really in the headspace for that kind of subject matter. Who knows? But I guarantee you it's probably shot way better than the box office.
No, for sure. I think it's going to build a cult classic like most of their movies. I don't think the subject matter matters at all, no pun intended, but like they don't shy away from that stuff, man. I mean, they've done fucking Saint Maud. Do you get worse than that? I mean, come on.
Yeah. Well, let's see the movie. I mean, look, it has a comedic slant to the racism and shit. Like,
Yeah.
it's a comedic, it's clearly almost like a supernatural dark comedy. But I'm excited to see it. I can't wait to see it. But listen, I want to get right into this first trailer. There was a casting change for the Wolfman. So we have the guy who did Invisible Man, which I liked quite a bit a bunch of years ago. The reboot of Invisible Man with the girl from with the hatchet face from fucking I forget. She's just a handsome woman. She's a good actress. I like her quite a bit, but from Mad Men there. She's look, she's a great actress. I don't know. She's not a sex bomb. Not that we all can be. Hey, look, I feel her pain. I have a face like a foot. But I liked it's the guy who did Saw. What's his name, Shah? He's an actor. The guy, what the fuck is the guy who did this? The Wolfman B show. He's a director. He's the guy who did the first Saw. And he did Invisible
Joe
Woman.
Johnston?
No, Invisible Man. I would know. He has like a weird name.
Oh, wrong Wolfman. Here we go.
Yeah. Then Wolfman 2024. But there was
Lee
an acting
Whannell?
change. Lee Whannell. Yeah. He did Saw. He did the Invisible Man. I liked it. Shah, did you like the Invisible Man a couple of years ago?
I've actually never seen that one.
It's good. Very good.
That came around right around COVID, right?
Yeah, right before COVID shut everything down. B-Show, have you seen it? It's great.
No, I heard a lot of people skipped it because they thought it strayed too far from the original, but people that watched it really enjoyed it. So yeah.
It's hard. Goes hard. Anyway, he's got Universal Properties apparently, and he's doing his version of the Wolfman. Shah, the guy from the Cronenberg kids' first movie there, the star of it, he's the star of this now. He's the Wolfman. Chris Abbott or something. Well, we'll see him in a moment. Anyway, we're gonna play the straight through trailer here. It's only a minute long. It's a teaser, and it's the Wolfman. I don't know what bugs have to do with the Wolfman, but whoa, that was cool. Oh, Blumhouse. I forgot this was Blumhouse, but they did Black Phone. Black Phone was great.
Come on, man.
They produced it.
It sounded like an animal.
Whoa.
But I swear to God.
I like that they based it in Oregon.
2 feet.
Daddy,
We've seen a few Pacific Northwest movies this year come out.
It's my job to protect you.
what's wrong with Daddy?
Ah, shit.
He got sick. Please, Dad, you're scaring me. Please stop.
Oh, I like her too. I never heard her name either. I like her.
Daddy, is that you?
January. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. I like this trailer, Shah. I don't think it feels Blumhousey at all. I like the trailer. I love the Wolfman. I'm a huge fan of the Wolfman. Huge fan of the Wolfman. What are you thinking here, Shah? I know you have your Blumhouse proclivities here, but
Not to be on par with the brand, but I simply hated it. I just don't like it, man.
so did
I
Marquise.
don't like it. It didn't give me anything. I thought the fucking title being in the entire trailer is extremely distracting. I couldn't even focus on anything. This whole fucking the effect of the Wolfman in the middle of the screen. It's just I don't know. I didn't like it at all.
B-show?
And it felt Blumhousey to me, honestly. You know,
Too Blumhouse. It was too.
yeah, and it almost had like that early 2000s horror color. You know, with like the blue tint to everything. Pretty much everything I hate about horror movies in the early 2000s. This kind of reminded me of it.
It was too Blumhouse. That's what we should call the name of this episode.
Too Blumhouse.
B-show
I didn't like
Brian, too Blumhouse. I didn't get that.
I can see what he's saying. And look, the one thing I did like is the little kid, because obviously I've got kids, so I have a soft spot there. But the kid grabbing his dad's hand saying, "Daddy, are you okay? What's wrong with Daddy?" And then the idea that he's going to turn into the Wolfman with them around. I'm curious. I'm going to have my guard up because it is Blumhouse. But do you guys realize why they released this trailer all of a sudden? Did you guys see that controversy going on?
No.
Okay.
Lighten us.
So a couple of days ago, some stills were leaked from Halloween
Yes.
Horror Nights.
Yes. Can you pull this up? Shah probably doesn't know about this.
Oh,
I
it's
do
right
know about this.
So
Okay.
they released a picture of the Wolfman from Halloween Horror Nights in costume or whatever it's supposed to look like, and it's this right here.
Click on that, please.
Let me
for
try to
people
blow it
haven't
up.
seen it.
From
Now
World
they
of
have
Leo.
walked this back since, but this kind of destroyed the internet there for a little bit.
Yeah.
So this is what they did to promote the Halloween Horror Nights, which is in full effect right now. Full costumes. They got Megan running around and Chucky's running around. This is what they said. Now I don't believe this. I just think they just put a guy in a weird costume and put him out there. They would never reveal the creature 6 months in advance with this show. I mean, I think this was just a bad choice. I don't think this is what the Wolfman's going to look like. First of all, he's bald.
Well, supposedly, let's see. First glimpse at the look of the monster was just revealed at this year's Halloween Horror Nights. I did not expect the Wolfman to look like a decrepit old man. But no, this is from like Halloween Horror Nights down in Universal where they put all the characters out there. So
oh yeah, no, I know.
Apparently,
I know.
maybe it's mid-transformation or something, but yeah.
This looks atrocious. I agree with Rich Dow. It looks like a fucking troll. That's what I thought.
I think they're trolling.
Does not look. Yeah, maybe that's exactly maybe what they're doing. They're trolling, and they put out a troll instead of
I
the.
think they're trolling. I think
that's the only thing I can think of.
The interesting thing is, no one expected this teaser to come out, and then it came out like as soon as everyone started shitting on it,
right,
on Twitter. So.
Yeah, the movie does not come out for a good while. I mean, listen, I'm curious about it. Can you pull the cast up on this B show?
Yeah.
I just want to talk a quick second about the cast because then we have some other big trailers to move through. That kid was from the TV show Girls, and then he was in that the Brandon Cronenberg movie, Shah, the second movie.
Possessor.
Yeah, and Julia Gardner is. Oh, guys. I hate to throw a monkey wrench in this, but we got to go to the prequel for Rosemary's Baby trailer. We forgot to play.
Oh shit, we did.
We got to do. Yeah, you know what? I think we got to pull an audible here.
All right,
and throw that in here.
What's it called? Apartment what?
Well, it's Julia Gardner. Yeah, Julia Gardner. This looks amazing. I think we got to cleanse the palate with that.
All right, Apartment 7A, I think is it.
Apartment 7A. Yeah, Joe Punches. That is Julia Gardner, the actress from the Ozark there. Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't think that's what the Wolfman looks like. I'm curious about it because I like the Wolfman. But we forgot this trailer. We've got to kind of just pull an audible here because it just looks too good. And it's kind of making the rounds for the last few weeks. Now, this is coming exclusively to streaming. I think it's only on Paramount Plus. It's not in theaters. This is the much anticipated. By the way, this is the same girl from Ozarks who we just saw as the wife or the love interest in the Wolfman with different hair. We'll have to stop this halfway through. This is Apartment 7A, Rosemary's Baby prequel trailer.
I came here for one reason. to make something of myself, to be on stage, to see my name in big lights. But dreams don't always come true.
My big ass
Yes.
has done that a time or
When
two.
we found you.
Wow.
Whoa! You lost, honey?
Oh my God.
You were kind of a mess.
I like the retro vibe so far.
Hell yeah.
We want to help.
Wow.
The
Colors look
place
amazing,
is
too.
yours if you want it.
Wow.
Terry, you don't even know these people. Look, moving into my own place feels like a first step.
Oh, that creepy ass building from Rosemary's Baby. Okay, Quiet Place, not my favorite movie, but they're pretty good.
I think this belonged to your old tenant.
She skipped out of here like Cinderella at midnight.
All I want is to dance.
Show me. Again.
Being on stage isn't worth this.
What's the hold up, dear?
Can you
I
just
love the
leave, please?
Can we pause this for a second?
Yeah.
So I don't know how well versed everybody is in Rosemary's Baby, but these are actually the characters from Shah, the original Polanski movie, being portrayed by other actors and actresses. And this looks eerily like the building. I don't know enough about the production here. I know, Shah, you're familiar with Rosemary's Baby, right?
Yeah, I actually just rewatched it a couple months ago. Especially the husband. He looks very similar to the guy in the movie. So kudos to them on getting at least actors that somewhat resemble the old ones. I'm really into it so far, man. I'll be honest with you. I'm hoping that these mainstream movies kind of take a little bit more risk, similar to The Omen. And I think this might be one of those movies that does take a risk and takes it to the next level. Even though it's a Paramount movie, but I'm sold so far, man. The Wolfman looked like shit, but this is much better.
Be sure you're not as familiar with Rosemary's Baby as me and Shah, right?
I'm not, but what I'm taking from the trailer, obviously, is the creepy cult-like thing going on. The one thing I noticed was the color palettes are all over the place, so they must be trying to tell us something. Like in the building, it's all like earth tones, like dark brown, olive green, and then there's scenes where like the dude in the canary yellow suit, and then
this is the
she's in a
60s.
room with like some paisleys,
Early 60s.
greens and pinks and stuff. It's just I like how the color saturation is. I like the choices. So visually, I think it looks amazing. I don't know much about the Rosemary's Baby details, but it looks good so far.
Well, let's finish it up because it's about to get very Satan-y, as Satan is hot right now. Hello, backwards Baron Corbin. Oh, I can't wait. It's a couple weeks.
Maybe I shouldn't have bought every single thing handed to you on a silver platter.
There's something wrong with these people. I think something happened to the girl who lived here before me.
They did ungodly things to her. And now they've chosen you.
What do you mean?
Nice.
Oh my God.
I need to know what's happening to me.
Jeez.
How many movies just go in there, man?
Wow. She's so great, this girl.
Was she trying to get an abortion?
Maybe. And it wouldn't let her.
Yeah.
Oh my
This
God.
is so much bigger than me, and I can't run from it.
This is a role you were born to play.
Looking a little Jalo, huh, guys?
Baby's
Yeah.
here to stay.
The fuck was that?
Only a couple weeks. All right. Well, Shah, you just watched it not that long ago. What's your vibe?
I have a big smile on my face, man. This looks
so
great.
good. Looks so fucking good.
It reminds me of the new Suspiria mixed with like
I like that.
Saint
Suspiria
Maud,
remake. Yeah.
mixed with a little bit of Omen, like a little bit of maybe like Black Swan,
Yes, I just rewatched
kinda-
Black Swan a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
What
it's kind of got
fucking
a little bit of
masterpiece.
those vibes from every single one of them. It borrows a little bit from every one.
I'm excited.
I have high hopes for this, man. This looks good. This looks very good.
Well, we'll find out in a couple of weeks. B-Show, again, I don't think you need to be that familiar with Rosemary's Baby to appreciate the trailer.
No, it actually might be more of a surprise to watch the prequel. Did you realize it was Diane Weiss?
I didn't until, how great is that? Known mostly for Lost Boys.
Lost
the
Boys,
mom
Law and Order. She was the wife in the Birdcage. She's been in a lot of stuff. Man.
Well, I'm saying most for our purposes, Lost
Gotcha.
Boys, and she's done some other horror shit as well. Diane, she was also in Parenthood. You know,
that's
Rich
right,
Dow says
yeah.
he's not interested. I am. I'm a huge Rosemary's Baby fan. I love Julia Gardner. I love movies about the devil. Chris Matthews thinking it looks good. I mean, Dad and Lad is like, nah, not Paramount Plus. It's worth it just getting it for the month to check it out. Shah, if you don't have Paramount Plus, would you be getting to watch that movie?
Is this coming to theaters or is it
Paramount
like
Plus exclusive in a few
Oh,
weeks?
fuck me. Really? I'll get it for a month just for
Get it
this.
for the month and run through the catalog for the horror shit. You know, they've got some good horror shit on there for sure. B-Show, do you have Paramount Plus?
I do.
Yeah, I do.
Kids watch it all the time. A lot of Nickelodeon stuff.
Oh, that's right. You had it before I had it.
And if you like Ninja Turtles, the old cartoon, anyone listening, the first 2 or 3 seasons are on Paramount Plus.
It's the best. Well, listen, that's going to be tough to beat. Shah, I'm going to pull an audible again. I think this is going to end up in top 5s easily if it holds the water, don't you?
I think it's got a good shot. I don't know if it'll make my top 5, but I think definitely top 10 for sure. You know?
Okay.
Looks very artsy too. I like
yeah, Jalo.
Yeah.
B-Show, you're a Jalo guy. I got a Jalo, mad American Jalo vibe from this.
Yeah, I kind of get G-check sometimes when I say I like Jalo because mostly it's Fulci and what's his name, the Godfather,
Argento.
Dario Argento. And people say, "Oh, that's all you like. It's not you don't like Jalo." But no, I didn't even pick up on that. I was looking at the color schemes and patterns and the striking differences, and you fucking nailed it. So no, I didn't get it
The
then,
music,
but I definitely see it
the
now.
style, the ballet, very Jalo, the ballet, as we know from Suspiria. But we're going to keep it moving here. I want to play a different trailer just because I want to save Salem's Lot for the last, just in case these other ones tank out. We have a movie called House of Spoils. I know very little about this trailer. I do believe I watched it earlier, but I just want to pull it up real quick. This is another upcoming horror property. There's just so many you're going to be hearing about in the season. And oh my God, I'm gushing blood here. My leg is just, I think Satan's trying to tell me something. That's what I think. Wants me to be godfather to the child. Anyway, this is coming to Prime Video. This is House of Spoils. We probably stop it halfway through.
Fille's about to look so sexy, you're going to leave
Yes,
your
I've heard
wife.
of it.
Hell yeah, that's how it's done. Watch and learn.
I'm leaving to be head chef at my own restaurant.
And we're incorporating
beautiful site
cooking
upstate.
into horror.
All yours, baby.
I couldn't tell what this was when I first watched it the other day.
This girl's an Academy Award winner for West Side Story movie, or nominee. Oh, she's a winner. She won Academy Award.
It is make or break. We gotta make you the next big thing.
I don't need them burnt, I need them delicious. Move. Let's go.
I've never seen greens like these.
Tell them we only want the best.
Oh, that girl's
Got
from
it.
Euphoria. She quit the show.
What's prosciutto?
Prosciutto?
Oh.
Now here comes the horror element.
The beginning reminded me of the Menu a little bit.
It did remind me of the Menu. Oh, another Blumhouse shot, your favorite.
You okay, Chef?
Yeah, I'm great. The previous owner, you know about her?
Everyone around here has a witch lady story. I wouldn't need anything from her garden.
You've been watching too many
Oh, wow.
tales from the crypt, my dude.
Come this way. Come.
All right,
We
let's pause
have
this real
these
quick. 'Cause
waiting for
I don't
Zoto.
want to get a strike here. Okay, so it just looks like one of these slow burn type movies, but visually shot. I like the way this looks visually.
Yeah, I was gonna say this one looks somewhat appealing. I can probably tolerate this. Again, it depends on which route they take. If it goes super cheesy with the witchcraft stuff and it's like some CGI fucking witch jumping doing some jump scares, then you'll lose me. If it's a slow burn, this might be good. I don't know. I'll give it a shot. I'm fair to Blumhouse. Like if they put out something decent, I'll watch it. But
B-Show Brian, what are we thinking here? I think visually it looks good. Looks like they put some money into it. Looks like it's shot well.
Yeah, it looks pretty slick. Looks well made. I really like subtle like sound design stuff. Like when they're chopping the vegetables,
look good.
Noise sounds really creepy and crunchy. I'm staring at what's on their plate. I don't know if I'd.
Well, here we go. Well, we're gonna find out now with everybody else. Here we go. Let's see what's on the plate in House of Spoils. Oh, I think we have to unpause and pause again there. Here we go.
You didn't see it?
You got to rewind that a little bit. It's lagged, unfortunately. Let's rewind it just a tad.
Oh shit! Did you see that?
It's it's a little fucked up, but let's see.
Yeah, it's lagging now.
It's lagging.
All right, hang on. Let me stop and.
Oh, what happened there?
Hang on. I'm gonna restart.
We got to go to a minute 24. It was like as we find out exactly what happens to food from this garden. There we go.
There we go.
Here we go. That looks disgusting.
It was hot.
This spoon can get very hot. What was that all about?
Look, there is something very wrong with this place.
You are
have
the
to-
chef.
Oh my god.
This is on you.
You continuing to have anxiety?
This
Oh,
feels-
so this might be a thing where you don't know if she's just falling apart.
Nice.
You know.
Oh, I love that old house too. Jesus. What's that? Is that the old lady?
I believed you when you said that you were ready for this.
Oh.
Now I'm watching you fall apart.
Oh.
Ugh.
Jesus.
Hope you're all still hungry.
Okay. All right. Rated R. Going to theaters. But it's Amazon, I guess, made it. Shah, I think it looks pretty good.
No, I agree. Definitely one of the better looking Blumhouse films.
For sure.
And I think it's because it's a little folklore, a little artsy, I guess. This is probably one of the artsier movies that they've done.
Yeah.
This could be like an A24 movie. I kind of get those vibes from it. So, I'll give credit when it's due. The trailer definitely looks interesting, but I just hope they don't take the corny route, man, because they've done shit like this before where they have, a good premise and then they drop the ball by corny CGI and jump scares. I'm just hoping that they avoid that, but it looks decent. I'll be honest.
Yeah, looks decent. B-Show, I think this doesn't look like a Blumhouse movie.
No, it doesn't. It looks like something different. Has a little bit more style to it than you usually see with Blumhouse. So I'm good with that. I like the concept. I'm always down with the unreliable narrator, just to keep you guessing. Although when she's crawling through the tunnel, I was getting like Insidious vibes, or what's the haunted house, and the clapping hands come up behind her. Like I thought that was going to happen. So as long as it's not shitty Blumhouse jump scares and it looks good and it's interesting, I'll take a look.
Yeah. So it looks interesting. Not again, it doesn't look like a Blumhouse movie. It looks like it's well made. I'm curious about it. And if Shah's right, if the plot holds up, it could turn out to be a pretty good movie. Dad and Lad is thinking maybe nothing is real. That would be amazing if none of this is happening and she just has crazy mental problems and they gave her a high stressful job and she imagined all of this. I kind of like that aspect. I wouldn't hate that, actually. I would find that interesting. But it is also an R-rated movie, which a lot of these shitty Blumhouse movies are PG-13. We got two more trailers, very different circumstances here. One is a follow-up to a Steven Soderbergh ghost movie, which very little is known about. They're giving us little teases here and there. It's a movie about a haunting from the perspective of the entity, and it's called The Presence, and it is from, very famous director Steven Soderbergh, the Ocean's 11, 12, 13. I mean, he's done quite a lot more than that. He's a pretty good director. But there's a short little teaser trailer here. We're just going to play it for you now. So remember, guys, I think there's no volume here. It's all from the perspective of the ghost.
In this house, there's a family.
In this house.
Oh, the creepy house. Remember from
I like the house.
list?
That's a nice house.
Mm.
I love that house.
Nice big porch.
Yeah, seriously.
In this house, there are secrets.
Uh-oh. Is it Skinamarink?
Well, Skinamarink stole it from Halloween.
Oh, there you go. The house on a map. Oh boy!
In this
now remember,
house,
this is an A-list director, like one of the more
unimaginable
prominent
acts.
So maybe something really bad happened there, and a ghost attaches itself to it because of this.
Looks like an old racist Southern house.
Like a plantation house.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all. And it's neon shot, and like you said, neon's been killing it lately.
Yeah, this is all I need, man. Is fucking give me a shot of the house and just in this house. That's all I need. I don't, I don't need you to show me the whole fucking movie.
Yeah, I mean, we pulled it up before. It's basically something happens. It's a horror movie B-show shot exclusively from the presence of the entity. That is actually the whole film. Is this?
And it, it reminded me a little bit of In a Violent Nature, where you're kind of on the peripheral looking in, and you can hear what's going on in the next room and the reaction of the people. So, hey, man, looks good. They're shooting for it for sure.
Yeah, I'm curious. I just hope the plot holds up. Before we get to the biggie here, the Salem's Lot, let me ask you guys a question. Clearly, this is probably going to be a very artsy, weird movie. Maybe not a lot of dialogue. We're going to see a lot of camera shots. Shah, are we sophisticated enough to have a big budget movie where, from the ghost perspective, I feel like this has been tried before with David Lowery, I think tried it, one of these small directors, and it called Ghost, and it just did. Is it too artsy for the concept? Is the concept could it be too artsy for mainstream horror fans?
I don't know if it's too artsy. I think it could be a little too tame for my taste, depending on what happens in the movie. I personally, I'm a fan of, I need to see the entity. I need to see the evil. I need to see the threat. I want to see it.
Okay.
So, yeah, it might be a little lackluster for me. But, hey, you never know. They might show, very graphic fucking scenes of what's actually happening in the house. And that might, make it interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I do trust Neon, though. They've been on a fucking roll. So, I've been on fucking bandwagon for a long time now. So I'll give it a fair shot. Yeah. But the premise alone, it's not necessarily something that, has me too intrigued. But yeah, I want to see the entity. Don't just fucking.
Okay, and we probably won't see it. So because it's an artistic movie.
I'm edging when I'm not seeing the entity. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I feel you.
Full blast. I want to.
Yeah, you want to pop off. You want to pop off. You want to finish. You want to finish.
Empty a sack, bro.
Yeah, yeah. You got to drain the balls. B-Show, do we have the palate for this kind of movie to do well as a audience?
I think possibly would have been well received by a smaller crowd that's more of a hardcore horror base, because they go along with this stuff.
Streaming.
I don't know if widescreen audiences are going to follow it. They might find it too boring or too abstract, I guess. Joe Punches has an amazing point, though. He said, what if it's a spirit and it sees violence and torture and can't do anything about it? So the spirit's just a bystander. Torture because it can't do anything.
I'm looking over here. I'm
over here fucked up, dude. That would be crazy.
I like that idea, Joe Punches. I hope Joe Punches didn't look it up online.
That's actually scary, because then you start to think about is that what we're gonna end up? Is just these fucking abandoned souls just sitting around watching people get murdered and
interesting concept. Interesting concept. It's I want to haunt these people, but they're scaring me. Maybe they're like the Seinfeld. I want to do a haunting. I was the one who was afraid, B-Show.
You ever go into an old house and you think you're going to be the scary one, and then you see a guy beating his wife? Yeah. What's the deal with that? I thought I was the ghost.
Who are these people? Yeah, they could do a Seinfeld thing. That'd be great. He just keeps playing the bass line. Listen, we're going to get to our last trailer, and then we're going to move it into the Patreon. Now, none of us have seen this trailer. A bunch of years ago, Salem's Lot, the Stephen King property that was a film, I believe, in the 70s. They made a sequel. There was talk of remaking it. They made this film over 3 years ago. I am not very excited about that. When a movie is shot years in advance and never comes out. Now, there was COVID and all that stuff. But this has been kicked around through Max. Not sure if it was going to go to theaters. It is going directly to Max in a few weeks. This is the trailer that came out. It is very divisive online. I have not watched it. Shah has not watched it. B has not watched it. We're going to watch it together. We'll stop it halfway through with you guys. This is the brand new trailer for Salem's Lot, coming exclusively to Max.
I've always written stories about things that are so terrible. You'll run away until your brain won't remember.
Oh, shit.
So why did you come back?
I'm here for research.
What exactly, though, are you researching?
I love this
great
song.
tune.
Oh, amazing song.
God bless Gordon Lightfoot.
Anything out of the ordinary in the lot recently?
Oh. God, I love that song. Yeah, I love that song.
There are some folks who had some kind of
unusual experiences.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
They used to tell us stories about this place. You have no idea what you're getting yourself into there.
Danny, where are you? Answer me.
Can we pause it?
Oh, yeah, let's pause it. Okay. Right off the bat, Shah, I'm going to say two things. It's too dark, and it does not remind me of Salem's Lot. I don't know if either one of those are necessarily bad things, but that's my immediate reaction to it.
Yeah, it's hard to pass any judgment until I see the vampire itself.
Which we might
Because
not.
the first one, yeah, we might not. Because the first one had a very iconic look, and I think it was actually one of the creepier vampires.
Me too. I love that. I love that.
I thought it was fucking crazy with the two gigantic teeth in the middle. Like it was very different.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It kind of reminds me of a Blumhouse movie. That's kind of what it reminds me of so far.
Two Blumhouse. That's the name of the episode. It's Two Blumhouse.
Yeah, I'm just a little scared because it was shot a couple years ago. You know,
it was shot 3 years ago.
Yeah.
B-Show, your first reaction. Again, we have a little bit more way to go here, but what are you thinking?
I think it looks intriguing, and maybe it's not so true to the original film, but maybe it's more true to the novel. I'm not sure.
That could be it.
I am sick of really, really, really darkly shot movies because if you don't have like a $1,300 TV, you can't see ass on it. So, no, looks good so far from what it is.
Okay.
I'm a huge Gordon Lightfoot fan. I'm a nerd, but
Love that song. One of my favorite
I'm not a
songs.
huge fan of them taking these songs from the 70s and 80s and repurposing all of them because everyone does that in trailers now.
Well, this is clearly taking place in the 70s. I mean,
but
like,
this really fit, and it dovetails well with the show.
Well, let's finish the trailer and see if it gets a little more brighter.
These you can catch.
That's Alfred Woodard. Whoa. Like that.
Nice. They'll come for us eventually.
Jesus.
Things have gone bad in the lot now.
Wow. 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 Oh. Jesus. Okay.
Wow.
B-Show, what's your vibe here, man? Because I don't know. I kind of really like it, but it doesn't remind me of Salem's Lot. That's the only thing.
No, I'm getting like the fog vibes. I'm getting what was that one? Somebody just posted about it, the Flanagan one. Midnight Mass.
Midnight Mass. That's
getting Midnight Mass vibes. Yeah. I'm kind of digging it so far. I'm digging it so far.
Okay. Shah, what are you thinking?
And by me saying this, I'm not saying necessarily it looks bad at all or anything like that, but it doesn't remind me of Salem's Lot. Like that's what I was going into it for.
That was the drama today that people were saying. This
when the main focus is on the vampire. This one kind of reminds me of like 30 Days of Night or like 28 Days Later. It's kind of like that.
Reminds me of It, actually, because the focus seems to be on everybody fighting an entity. B-Show, can we pull up who made this? Because I know this was in post-production hell because of COVID and rights and should it go to theaters. Look, I think it looks fine. I just don't think it looks like Salem's Lot, and I wanted a remake of Salem's Lot. Shot.
Right, yeah.
That's my vibe.
Because this just looks like a vampire movie. This doesn't,
Okay.
Gary Dalberman.
What has he done?
Oh, Annabelle, and Annabelle.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, fuck, dude. Yeah, this guy's on a bad run, man.
It Chapter 2.
Oh, there goes my boner. My boner is gone. I'm fully flaccid.
I told you it looks Blumhousey, man.
This has nothing to do with Blumhouse.
I know, but all he's done is Blumhouse. These are all Blumhouse films.
Maybe he gave up on the Blumhouse and wanted to go a different Blumhouse way, go opposite of Blumhouse.
Well, no, because Nun 2 was from last year. This movie
Yes.
was shot way before that.
These were shot before that. Oh God. Oh no, B show. Oh no. Oh no. Good cast. Can we look at that cast? I recognize Alfred Woodard and a character actor guy who I like. What were you gonna say there, B?
I was gonna say I think Shah sunk our battleship on this one.
Wow.
One
Who's
thing
the
I liked
main
about
guy?
the cast is a lot of these movies, as Shah mentions, Blumhousey, the more modern, wide release horror movies. You see
Yeah.
a cast, and like you said, they look like
Okay.
models or someone out of a magazine. There's
Yeah.
some rougher, rugged-looking individuals in this movie that
Oh
sells
yeah.
it being like a real place.
Who's that main guy? I'd like to click on him. He's supposed to be like the main. This just didn't remind me. It's more about the book. I don't remember. I never read the
Lewis
book.
Pullman, is that Bill Pullman's son? Yes,
Is
it
it?
is. Yeah.
That's Bill Pullman's son?
Well, you can't deny it here.
Wow.
Shit.
Look at his face. Holy shit. What else is this guy in?
Let's
Is he in
see.
anything I've ever seen? I'm just curious. How did he get this role? I've seen Out of Range. I didn't like it. It just got canceled. Oh, he's in The Strangers. I think he's one of the killers in The Strangers, actually. Lessons in Chemistry.
He's in Maverick,
Okay.
Thunderbolts.
Oh,
That's
okay.
coming out in 05 or 25.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, look, this was very people were like, I was waiting for this, that this looks nothing. Some very, very highfalutin horror guy said, sure, the movie's great, but this is not Salem's Lot. This is not like all after we've waited years, Shah, for this, and this is what we're getting.
This
Yeah, I
doesn't
think that-
surprise. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. My bad.
I was just gonna say that's the most disappointing part is that I was expecting what I remember being Stephen King's Salem's Lot, and this is nothing like that.
Yeah.
You know, this is more like, you know, John Carpenter's vampires type of thing, you know, where it's like a
Could be
widespread.
great. Could be great.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm not a big vampire person though, but like Nosferatu, I'm looking forward to. Bram Stoker's Dracula, I love, but those are probably going to be the main two. And I had high hopes for this, but this is not really what I expected at all.
B show. I mean, I think it might be good. I think at the end of the day, though, the fact that this has been in post production for years, you know, and it's not. It doesn't. I don't know the book well enough. But people today online were saying that they're disappointed because this doesn't look anything like Salem's Lot.
Yeah, and Dad and Lad Taste Test brought up that James Wan is involved. It was produced in part by Atomic Monster, which is his production company. So that's another questionable thing. I thought the trailer looked good for what it was.
It's good.
but,
Yeah, the trailer looks good. He's also saying this follows the book closer, which is fine. That's a better interpretation. Adam, yes, Adam, I love Stakeland. I'm a huge fan of Stakeland. Did not like the sequel. Stakeland is an awesome vampire movie, 100%. And then Chris Matthews talked about Last Voyage of Demeter, which I saw in theaters a few years ago, and it tanked. Gorgeous movie, very unappreciated film. Joe Punch saying this will likely to be a safe Salem's Lot for a broader audience, a la Blumhouse style. I didn't get a Blumhouse style. I just got a not Salem's Lot. That was my whole thing. It didn't seem like Blumhouse's version of Salem's Lot. But at the same time, listen, I'm happy that it exists. I'm going to check it out, and I just hope it doesn't shit the bed. We're going to be heading over to Patreon. We got a ton of stuff to talk about in the Patreon. So consider hanging out over there for $5. If you get in this month, you'll get in on the question and answer shows that we do, our signature month-end shows, but we also do a little mini weekly wrap-up show, post new topics, and then we drop 2 individual shows during that month. One of them is the Q&A. The other one is a potpourri, and that's just $5 a month. And you might want to consider going over there because this is our Halloween season, so we do a lot of crazy shit. We're still not sure who's going to do a bonus show. We're going to feel that out. We'll get one out to you guys by next week. But let's plug some pals. Let's plug Hey Now, Rich Dow. He's got a podcast. The Deathmatch Outlaws, the Drew Yari Experience. We also have Cassette Classics 86 on YouTube, the Down on the Thundercast. Don Tony and Kevin Castle. They're doing their Monday night show post-Raw. And, of course, Wrestling Soup. You got to be checking that out each and every week. Necromaniacs podcast. We have the Inhuman Experience podcast. We also have Mojo and Dirk's Most Dastardly show. Garden of Doom, the Old Guy Metalcast, MJW Games, Cherry Jesus on YouTube and his band Kaiser. Our good buddy Sam Hoyos and his band Playing Dead just put out a new video, and he has his podcast called Red River Podcast. You should be checking out. Bayou Geeks! That's Fat Day 316, the High Marks Podcast. Midnight Mass Creature Cast, a weekly detour with Anthony Alston and his pal Teddy. And we got the Guns and Geeks Podcast. Shah, anything on the old Mondo happening this week?
No, I'm still pretty much MIA, but go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell. So if I ever upload anything again, you'll be the first one to know. But yeah, go subscribe.
Hit that
And hit the
subscribe
like button on this video, please. We
please,
appreciate that.
and do that
Please
on
do
this
that.
as well. And of course, OG Oki, the DRWC show. How can I forget? Bisho Brian, anything happening on the Bisho Brian channel that we should be telling the kids about these days?
No, I'm probably going to post finally that video that the Patreon members got to see early on my channel. So if you haven't seen it, either check out Patreon and check it out, or go to bshowbrian.com. And then it's Halloween season. I probably won't have time, but I'm hoping to get a bunch of little stuff up. Maybe some like I might grade like what I think the best Friday the 13th movie is and why, or the best look for Jason, things like that. Very slasher friendly for the season.
I
So
like
check it out.
that. Oh, okay. And make sure they hit the subscribe button and like for that B Show Brian channel.
Thank you.
And of course, for our channel on YouTube. Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. We had a lot of fun chilling with you. We got big stuff coming up. Coming up on the horizon. So consider going over to the Patreon. Thank you guys for contributing like you do each and every week. We're going over there now for our Patreon pals, but we'll see you guys next week on the free.